ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور.
Hello and good evening everyone. Today is Saturday, February 8, 2025. I'm Suleiman Talash and you're watching RTA News. Let's dive into today's news updates. Maulavi Muhammad Nabi Umari, the first Deputy Minister of Interior Affairs, in a gathering held for the graduation of Madrasa students in Coast Province, said that young people should reach the level of perfection in religious and modern education. Mr. Umari also emphasized the need to learn technology in addition to strong faith to maintain the current system. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, or UNHCR, said in a report that in January of this year, 18,300 Afghans, including women and children, returned to Afghanistan from Pakistan. According to the UNHCR, about 1,000 of these returnees were forcibly sent to Afghanistan and were arrested in Islamabad and Rawalpindi. At the sixth meeting of the European Union and Central Asian countries in Dushanbe, Tajikistan, the participating countries agreed to continue their trade cooperation with Afghanistan. The Minister of Economy welcomed this meeting, considers the continuation of trade cooperation to be in the interest of Afghanistan and the world. Let's see more in this report.
The sixth meeting of the European Union and Central Asian countries, which was held in Dushanbe, Tajikistan, at the participating countries emphasized the continuation of trade cooperation with Afghanistan and considered it necessary. On the other hand, the Ministry of Economy welcomed the meeting of the European Union and Central Asian countries on the continuation of trade cooperation with Afghanistan and said that this cooperation is in the interest of the region and the world.
The meeting between European Union representatives and Central Asian countries regarding Afghanistan's humanitarian and economic developments is a significant step. We welcome any discussions aimed to improving Afghanistan's economic situation. Trade cooperation will benefit Afghanistan and the regional countries, including the Central Asian countries.
Economic experts also believe that the continuation of such meetings and the continuation of economic cooperation between countries with Afghanistan can attract aid and investment in the country's infrastructure.
If these programs are properly and systematically planned and organized by the current administration managing these affairs in Afghanistan, they can play an effective role in improving humanitarian aid and enhancing the economic situation in their country.
The meeting on the continuation of trade cooperation and humanitarian aid was held in Tajikistan at a time when international institutions and organizations were always calling for increased humanitarian aid to reduce poverty in Afghanistan.
The Ministry of National Defense has announced the discovery and seizure of several weapons and ammunition in the capital, Kabul. The ministry said in a press release that, based on operational reports, the 313th Central Army Corps and intelligence personnel have seized several weapons and ammunition in the area of Qalaifatullah Road 7 in the 10th Security District of Kabul City. According to the press release, these weapons and ammunition include 6 different types of AKMs, 18 shotguns, 543 bullets, 3 pistols with a shotgun and a rifle, and 2 bulletproof vests. The source added that the weapons and ammunition were recovered through the efforts of the intelligence personnel, and a suspect has been arrested on charges of possession, who will soon be handed over to the relevant authorities. Several residents of the capital have complained about the increase in the noise pollution, saying that most vendors and businessmen use loudspeakers to cause them anxiety and worry. However, psychologists consider noise pollution harmful to people's health. The Kabul municipality says that they have prevented noise pollution to some extent by collecting loudspeakers from vendors. Let's see more in this report.
Several people of the capital have complained about the increasing noise pollution in different areas of Kabul, saying that Vendors use loudspeakers in the markets and streets that are annoying. Here, the Devanan area is one of the most crowded places in Kabul where noise pollution is heard the most. A number of vendors use loudspeakers to attract customers to their products.
The coal vendor comes through, shouting so loud it shakes our hearts. Right after that, the mineral water seller shows up, doing the same thing. All day long, our streets are filled with loudspeakers blaring, ice cream sellers shouting, and on the top of all that, the constant noise of cars. It's like a non-stop chorus of noise everywhere you go. It becomes a real problem for people because it is not just one kind of noise. There are car horns blaring and vendors' loudspeakers blasting all day. We are pleading with the government and the street vendors to please stop doing this.
At the same time, some psychologists consider noise pollution harmful to health and say that noise pollution negatively affects the mind, psyche and brain cells.
Brain cells usually need peace. Sometimes noise pollution gets so intense that it harms the brain cells. In a short time, it can lead to forgetfulness and disrupt pupils' sleep, among other problems.
On the other hand, the Kabul municipality has stated that noise pollution is one of the environmental challenges and says that to prevent this challenge, they have assigned mobile patrols to collect all loudspeakers from the vendors.
The Kabul municipality is working according to its regulation to prevent noise pollution. No one in the city of Kabul has the right to disturb others with loud noise. Unfortunately, this has become a bad habit in Afghan markets, especially in Kabul. The municipality is addressing this issue by collecting loudspeakers from violators, but it will take more time. We hope that people will cooperate so that both culturally and through enforcement, we can bring about a major change in reducing noise pollution in Kabul.
Noise pollution is not restrained to crowded places. Vendors in the alleys and back alleys of Kabul also use loudspeakers, which is annoying for the residents of the area.
Maulavi Muhammadullah Zarar, the Director of Balkh Information and Culture, the Head of Central Asia and Caucasus Projects of the Turkish TEKA Agency, Dr. Ali Öztürk, and the technical delegation of this agency visited the monastery of Maulana Jalaluddin Muhammad Balkhi's father. They visited the monastery's historical building and the surrounding areas and also met with the local people. Maulavi Zarar emphasized that this historical monument will be renovated by international standards. It's worth mentioning that the reconstruction monastery of Maulana Jalaluddin Muhammad Balkhi's father will begin in the near future in coordination with the Ministry of Information and Culture and with the financial support of TEKA. The construction of a health center worth approximately 10 million Afghanis has commenced in the Kamdesh district of Nuristan province. Local officials in Nuristan say that the hospital will be completed within the next 5 months. And the final one is that the Disaster Management Directorate of Kandahar province distributed non-food items to 250 needy families in Khakrez district. Similarly, UNICEF provided 300 packs of winter clothing to the Disaster Management Directorate of Kapisa province. It's worth mentioning that this aid will be distributed to families affected by the disasters. That's all for tonight. Thank you so much for being with us. Stay with us to stay updated. Have a good night.
ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داد